Good morning, friends. I'm Dr. Ishtiaq Ahmed. I have a YouTube channel on which I do solo videos on the freedom struggle of India, the partition of India, Punjab and Bengal, as well as current affairs, politics in South Asia, and things going on in the world. Uh, Most of the programs which I do are in Hindustani, the actual uh, spoken and understood language of most of Pakistan and most of India, uh, more than 1 billion people. Its formal names are Urdu or Hindi. But when people speak to one another, it's Hindustani, the common language which connects so many people. But occasionally, some of the programs will I will be doing in English as well, because they have an importance far beyond the politics of South Asia. So, and please, may I request you to subscribe to my channel? It's totally free. Your support is needed for me to go forward. So, the topic for today is that recently the US Congress passed a resolution uh, deciding almost a unanimous resolution to investigate the recent February 2024 elections of Pakistan. The inquiry will be whether they were free and fair or there was rigging by the establishment and so on. Now, in principle, this is a welcome uh, decision, but in the wider concept, we have to understand why now. First of all, the US has a long standing relationship with Pakistan, and it has stood by almost all regimes which came to power, which included military dictators, which included um governments with no mandate from the people in actual point of fact, but which were protege of the Pakistan establishment. Of course, there are these annual human rights violation reports, religious freedom, and so on. But but approving an investigation, a thorough investigation of the recent Pakistan election is a very different decision, and one has to wonder that the same U.S. Congress and the Biden government have given a free hand to Benjamin Netanyahu to continue with his genocidal war on Gaza. The International Criminal Court has declared Netanyahu a criminal, and he is to be arrested and put in prison and put on trial. So the US Congress and its interests, it seems, are not based on any universal moral or ethical principles, but its foreign policy uh, uh, goals and objectives. So, what is at the bottom of all this? It's obvious that uh, i- recently the Pakistan Prime Minister and the Chief of Army Staff, they visited the People's Republic of China, and according to my friend Najam Sethi, the Chinese insisted in the discussion that took place on building a 600-kilometer road from some point in Gilgit to Mansehra, which is of strategic importance for China. So it's important for China strategically. They have a ambitious plan, CPEC, and the and one for the whole world, where they want to carry on um, trade and connect different parts of the world into their economic system. So this statement and a joint communique was issued on this issue. So then the question is that the reason why the US Congress is so interested in Pakistan? They are putting pressure on Pakistan not to move close to China, and China is uh, very much interested in not only preserving the the economic aspect of CPEC, but also the strategic defense presence in this region. And so one wonders why all this. Let me put this all in another context. In 2017 or 18, when I was teaching at the government college, Lahore University, one day I received a phone from the Cosmopolitan Club in Lahore that the Russian ambassador was coming to talks in Lahore with Pakistani diplomats and so on developing better relations between Russia and Pakistan. And they wanted some academics to attend that discussion. So I went there. Uh, there was a Pakistani Lieutenant General, Bajwa. His first name I didn't get. Not Asim Bajwa, who apparently had a lot to do in Balochistan, and then with that money he went to the US, where he runs a thriving home delivery business. Amazing, a Pakistani general doing all this. But nor was it uh, Kambar Bajwa, the recently retired Chief of Army Staff, and a third Bajwa. He spoke, and it was a long speech in which he, besides talking about the economic interests which cooperation with Russia will entail, he wanted Russia and Pakistan to develop uh, defense relations, and then spoke some other people. Uh, you see, I had to go that day to another place. So when the floor was open for comments, I raised my hand and said, "Please let me speak first because I have to leave." And so my input was that I have heard everyone, the experts speak first. And while the Pakistani side was emphasizing that economic cooperation should be upgraded to even defense relations with Russia, the Russian ambassador in his presentation had not taken up defense between Russia and Pakistan. So I said that Pakistan must understand that Russia has a long standing trust with India, which is not just on defense relations. India buys a lot of its hardware, military hardware from Russia, but also Russia played when Russia was the Soviet Union, it played a leading role in helping the government of Jawaharlal Nehru expand his industrial base and promote industrial production. So the and then during the 1971 war, Russia or the Soviet Union stood by the side of India. So it's foolish to have such a meeting in the public and then propose something so drastic as defense relations, as if relations between Russia and India were no longer there. Anyhow, uh, after that, I left. Yes, one thing I said before leaving, I said, I've listened to all the sides. And it seems there is an understanding in Pakistan that the United States of America, Israel, and India are spoiling this cooperation in this region between Central Asia, Russia, and Pakistan. So I said one way of dealing with this is that you keep Rush that the United States is not a regional power which can be connected to CPEC and so on, or to Russia Pakistan economic cooperation in any way. Neither is Israel. And I don't see the point why the third power, India, should be kept out. After all, in the Chinese grand plan, there is a road carrying goods all the way from Myanmar through India via Wagah border all the way to Central Asia and to Europe. So why not introduce India into this cooperation so that everybody who belongs to this region can benefit from it? China, Russia, Pakistan, India, the Central Asian republics, Afghanistan, even Iran. This would be a compact region cooperating. So why not do that? It's an easy thing to do. And I even reminded that uh, in the 1990s, India granted Pakistan the most favored nation status under the WTO, World Trade Order. And Pakistan has never reciprocated, saying that first we resolve the Kashmir dispute and so on. Pakistan has to grow out of this fixation, look at the reality as it is, and make bold decisions which de-link its stupidities for the first 76, 77 years. Pakistan still has a chance of going forward, but that is only through cooperation in the region, connecting with its neighbors, establishing good relations, and promoting trade and trust. So, thank you very much. I thought this video should be done in English. Thank you very much. All the best.